Hi there. We are on day 34 of our Through the New Testament in 1 Year. And today we'll be doing the first half of Matthew 22, verses 1 through 22. And just a parable and a lesson here. Okay? Take a long parable of the marriage feast. Jesus spoke to them again in parable, saying, "The kingdom of heaven may be compared to a king who gave a wedding feast for his son. And he sent out his slaves to call those who had been invited to the wedding feast. They were unwilling to come. Again, he sent out other slaves, saying, Tell those who have been invited, behold, I have prepared my dinner. My oxen, my fattened livestock are all butchered, and everything is ready. Come to the wedding feast." But they paid no attention, went their way, one to his own farm, the other to his business, and the rest seized his slaves and mistreated them and killed them. Killed his slaves. Bad news. But the king was enraged and sent his armies and destroyed those murderers and set their city on fire. Then he said to his slave, "The wedding is ready, but those who are invited are not worthy. Go therefore to the main highways, and as many as you find there, invite them to the wedding feast." Those slaves went out into the streets and gathered together all they found, both evil and good, and the wedding hall was filled with dinner guests. But when the king came in to look over the dinner guests, he saw a man who was not dressed in wedding clothes, and he said to him, "Friend, how did you come here without wedding clothes?" And the man was speechless. The king said to the servants, "Bind him hand and foot and throw him into the outer darkness. In that place where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth, for many are called, but few are chosen." They'll tell us the meaning of that later, probably tomorrow. Tribute to Caesar. Then the Pharisees went and plotted together how they might trap him in what he said. And they sent their disciples to him along with the Herodians, saying, "Teacher, we know that you are truthful and teach the way of God in truth and defer to no one, for you are not partial to any. Tell us, son, what do you think? Is it lawful to give a poll tax to Caesar or not?" But Jesus perceived their malice and said, "Why are you testing me, you hypocrites? Show me the coin used for the poll tax." And they brought him a denarius. And he said to them, "Whose likeness and inscription is this?" They said to him, "Caesar's." Then he said to them, "Then render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's." And in hearing this, they were amazed, and leaving him, they went away. Right. Well, there you go. The parable of the marriage feast. Shall we look over? Just because it's fun, right? It's way up here. 15.99. We'll go down here to the notes. Okay, this is on 22:1. Not all of the whole company of them that are called by the voice of the gospel are the true church before God. For the most part of them had rather follow the commodities of this life, and some do not. And some do most cruelly persecute those that call them. But they are the true church, which obey when they are called, such as for the most part they are, whom the world despiseth. 22:4. That was. He said another saying. Oxen killed and stuff. Okay, 22:4. The word here commonly used is in sacrifices, and is by translation used for other feasts also, for the feasts and banquets were wont to be begun with sacrifices. That's what they call butchering their animal sacrifices, okay? 22:7. A dreadful destruction of them that contemn Christ. King heard it, he was wroth. Destroyed them and burned up their city, all right? We'll teach them the marriage feast. God doth first call us when we think nothing of it. The general calling offereth the gospel to all men, but their life is examined that enter in. That's 10. Good and bad. God calls everybody, right? In the small number which come at the calling, there are some castaways which do not confirm their faith with newness of life, right? Word for word haltered, that is to say, he held his peace as though he had a bridle or a halter about his neck. Them that serve the guest. 22:15. Okay. So 14 was the end of the last one. Okay. 15 is this the Caesar's. Give to Caesar what is Caesar's, right? Snare him in his words. They're trying to trick him in his words, right? They which with Herod made new religion patched together of the heathenish and Jewish religion, right? To this Saturday, thou art not moved with any appearance and outward show. The Christians must obey their magistrates, although they be wicked and extortioners, but so far forth as the authority that God hath over us may remain safe unto him, and his honor not be diminished. Right. 17. Tell us therefore, how thinkest thou? Is it lawful to give tribute to Caesar or not? Christians must obey. The word used here signifies a valuing and rating of men's substance according to the proportion whereof they paid tribute in those provinces which were subject to tribute, and stop it. And it is here taken for the tribute itself. Okay. Matthew 22:19 before Matthew 17:24. There is mention made of the didrachma here of a penny, whereas a didrachma is more by the seventh part of a penny, so that there seemeth to be a jar in these two places, but they may easily be recorded as the penny was paid to the Romans for tribute according to the proportion they were rated on. The drachma was paid of everyone to the temple, which also the Romans took to themselves when they subdued Judea. Right. So this tribute to Caesar over in the English Standard Version, they called it taxes. So there you go. Give to Caesar what is Caesar's, right? Tricks them. So there you go. That's 21 22. Tomorrow we will finish 22 on day 35, I think it is. So yeah, nice, easy, short studies. Catch up on anything you may have missed. Or you can just read the first 22 chapters of Matthew and join us tomorrow, or the recordings are all down there. You can catch up that way if you like. But tomorrow we'll do it again. See you then.